Aisha Nagudi, yes. And then my next contest was Miss Tourism Uganda 2013. We're actually the pioneers of Miss Tourism Uganda.
Wow,
and the management with the late Honorable Maria Mutagamba. Rest in peace.
Okay. So you were there.
Oh, yes, 2013. Yeah.
And you said, Nze, come what may, I am going into Miss Tourism. Boom.
Yeah.
Were you inspired? Or did you just wake up and say, now I feel like I should contest in Miss Tourism? Or it's something that you dreamt about when you were still young?
When I joined, as I told you, that was my first contest. I always wanted to, I could see the models, the international, I said, Aisha, I could also try this. When I was in high school, they told me, Aisha, you're a tall girl, and you have a good body. But it's not just about having a good body and all, it's about brains. And what is your agenda as a beauty queen. Girls out there at times get it wrong. They think beauty pageants are just about knowing how to do makeup, knowing how to dress, but it's more than that. It's knowing how to conduct yourself in society, adding some value to yourself. So 2013, I come in, I see adverts on TV, radio. It was a big thing. Hey. Girls were supposed to know more about their tourism in the country. Actually, I thank Miss Tourism Uganda personally. It let me know more about Uganda. It made me appreciate Uganda.
Okay.
I come from Sironko district. That is partly Mount Elgon is there.
Oh yes,
so
true.
I knew about Mount Elgon only as a Mugisu. Yeah, that's what I knew. So Miss Tourism comes in. And then we go to Renzori. I see there's ice. Renzori, Ugandans, please.
There's a little bit of snow up there.
Yeah, snow, sorry. So Ugandans, my dear, do not waste your tickets, money to go outside. Uganda is so beautiful. There's a lot to offer. We have beautiful national parks. We have the Big Five. Uganda is basically a beautiful country that you need to explore. So when I joined the story in Uganda, we took into the Renzori, we went to various national parks, and then from there, about 2 weeks of touring the whole of Uganda, we're now told to go abroad. That time we were only 9 girls, and we were each supposed to go to a country. So they had to put papers. It was a fair one, written on in the paper, folded. So they said, come and pick. Whichever paper you pick is the country you're going to.
Wow.
So I was praying at least I will go to Europe, because I toured a bit of Africa. And then, I picked Belgium. So they said, Aisha, you're going to Belgium, fully sponsored. You're going to preach about Uganda's tourism. You're going to market Uganda. I fly to Belgium, all expenses paid. Thank you to Miss Tourism and Ministry of Tourism, And I remember I used to wake up every morning. I go to various train stations. I'm on the streets. I'm giving out flyers about gorillas, about the various mountains in Uganda. And I got a very good reception. At least people were willing to listen to me. And that same year, I had to come. When I was coming back to the country, I brought 9 actually. There were 9 that followed me. They wanted to know more about Uganda. It was the media basically. They said, no, we need to also come and tour Uganda. They made the documentary here. So I said, whoa, at least I've added value to my country also. There's some revenue that came in. So that was a brief one on me. As a former contestant of Miss Tourism.
So becoming more to you.
That was 2013.
2013. I heard that we launched Miss Tourism, but anyway, we'll come to that in the due course of the show. So when I turn on this other side, Jesus.
Good morning to our listeners of Magic 1FM. We're glad to be here. My name is Nguna Sandra. Miss Tourism Busoga 2019.
Wow.
Yes.
So all of you here have gone through.
Yeah, exactly, and that gives you at least, I don't know what I should call it, you know, the hope that if other people can come and work with the organization, then it is not bad as people think it is
bad.
Yes.
Well, other people know why it was bad. I will not mention the things.
Oh,
yeah.
we are sorry.
This time I beg to keep them to myself.
Yes, we are sorry. I know at some point people face different things,
Yes.
but at the end of the day, there is always light. You know, there is always, you know, regimes
always
change,
light,
things
yeah.
change.
I know.
I know when they do, sometimes light comes in. So I'm glad to be part of Miss Tourism in Uganda. First of all, of course, now me contesting.
So you just woke up and said, I am going to contest in 2019.
Yeah, I'm from one of the districts without any tarmac road, LUGYA.
We are coming.
Yeah, you should. They should come and work on my district really. So being a girl from LUGYA is one of those districts that has so many issues. Girls are getting married at an early age. At least we are always in news, bad performance in school, like everything about LUGYA, you know.
Yes,
But I happened to be this girl who had tried to break through the barriers, came to Kampala, attended the school, so I was like, okay, how do I give back to society, or how do I, you know, go back there? So my thing was, let me go to Miss Tourism. That is the time when it came on board. I mean, that is when the contest was actually running. So I went and applied through Miss Tourism Busoga, because now we start from the regional before you come to the national level. So I went, being a girl who knew, I was like, I'm sure I know Lusoga very well, because that was one of the criteria. I knew my Lusoga, I knew some other things about my culture, my heritage, having grown up there. So I was like, okay, let me give it a try. And also, I wanted a pageant that rhymed with what I wanted, tourism. Yeah, because at campus I'd studied some course unit in tourism planning, because I'm a physical planner. So it's like, okay, how do, you know, have this thing go out there? So
Wait. Yeah, Jesus, you were what?
yeah, I'm a physical planner. So I went and, you know, contested for Miss Tourism Busoga and emerged as the winner in 2019. So then I came to national in Miss Tourism Uganda. And it actually, in my year, it so happened that my first runner-up in Busoga actually became the Miss Tourism Uganda this side. And, you know, we worked along, of course. She did her part, I did mine in Busoga, and, you know, tourism remained in me. So it's like, okay, if an opportunity comes that I can work with the organization, then here I am, and very willing to see another girl take up the platform, you know, network with people, share their views, love their country, because our main goal is love your country, market it, make someone else out there want to come to your country, because there is everything unique about every region. The things in my region are not the things in West Nile, they're not the things in Teso, not the things in Chigezi, not the things in Ankole, not the things in Bunyoro, Toro. So all these regions have a unique thing. So that is why these girls come, and when they come, every girl tells us what is unique about the region that they can market. How do you interest me to go and visit, to go and visit West Nile? So there is something unique that you will tell me. For us in West Nile, we have a church that accommodates only 3 people. So I'll want to come and see how that church looks like. Then me, I'll tell you, in my region, Busoga, we have the source of the longest river, River Nile. So you will want to come and see that. So that is basically what we do and how we empower these girls to be useful to society. Yes.
Okay, this goes to, of course, the CEO. Let's talk about greening tourism. Is this going to be the theme, or what is greening about? Because I hear the word greening tourism. Other people know the go green, you know, but we shouldn't cut down trees, we shouldn't cut down mud, you know, about, you know, this. So why are we talking, why is this called greening tourism?
Thank you so much. As Miss Tourism Uganda, every year we always have a theme. So this year's theme is greening tourism. Greening tourism is basically about making awareness of our environment. It has some projects under it. We have a project called Let the Pearl Shine project, and then also the tree planting project that is aimed at fighting climate change through tree planting in various regions. So of late, if you really see what we are going through, the environment is not so friendly. It is not so fresh of late because it is not basically clean. So as Miss Tourism we said, let us come up with some projects. These are huge projects. So like Let the Pearl Shine, it's
Okay, cool.
it was launched in 2023 in a bid to keep Uganda clean. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the Pearl Shine. I've had a number of the projects that we have. I think this one will go to Mr. Ivan. We are talking about Miss Tourism, and of course we're still in studio. We're not alone. I told you about the two gentlemen that we do have in studio, and they're here with us. So allow me to let him introduce himself. So sir, please, you can introduce yourself and let us know your name and your role in this big event.
Thank you, Magic FM, for inviting us here. My name is Ivan LUGYA. I'm the project coordinator and business development manager of Miss Tourism Uganda. So you asked about Let the Pearl Shine.
Yes, the Pearl Shine.
Let the Pearl Shine came up.
The name itself is so attracting. I love the name already.
Yes.
Yes. Why did we come up with such a beautiful name? Did you sit down as a committee to, break it down to come up with this project?
Yes, we sat down. We've been moving around. In most cases, we get visitors from outside the country. And one of the things they first comment about when you leave Entebbe airport is your country is very polluted.
Oh, yeah, true.
But they're being nice. They mean it's dirty.
Sure.
So we've been noticing all this all the time. Even when you leave the country and come back, you see your country is filthy.
There are lots of
They're
people.
littering,
I, for
the
one,
rubbish
would
disposal.
We just, get them through the window, and
Yes.
then you throw them water.
And everywhere you look,
Yeah, true.
you see
Rubbish.
rubbish everywhere as you drive along in Entebbe Road. The only place you can drive at and you don't see much of that is the expressway. But as soon as you get to Busoga, then you start seeing all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, true.
And it's all over the country. So Miss Tourism Uganda decided, and in fact, when you go even to the tourist attractions, apart from those ones run by Uganda Wildlife Authority,
Yeah.
the rest are also dirty. They don't clean them.
Let me chip in here, Mr. Ivan. You've talked about UWA, right?
Yes.
Is it also going to be part of Miss Tourism, or are they part of Miss Tourism?
It's always part of it.
Ah, beautiful. Look.
And I'll be straight, even at the source of the Nile, it's not nice.
Yes.
And it's run by a local government. And then you go to Tororo Rock, run by a local government. All those places, Chitagata, Hot Springs, run by a local government. The local governments are not taking good care of these places. So Miss Tourism was like, because when we started this, one time we were visiting the Tororo Rock, the queens had to clean up that place. So that's when this whole thing started coming up. Because sanitation had been part of Miss Tourism, sanitation, and so we had to get a brown to let the pearl shine. So we had to do this so that the pearl shines again.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, the pearl is beautiful, but it's
yeah.
like that girl who doesn't take much about her. She's beautiful, but she doesn't take care of herself. She's always dirty. We want that girl to look like Mother Uganda, to look like more attractive and better than everybody else.
Okay, so we talked about another project there. I think this one would go to the PRO. We're talking about what was the second project?
The tree planting.
The tree planting. I love that. We are seeing people doing tree planting. Others, we are seeing them. The trees literally at one point are being cut down. So why did we come up with this thing about planting trees? Because I've seen but these days when you're going for an introduction, we carry some trees, and then we put them somewhere so that that's a tree. But also in schools, where my daughter goes to school, they gave her a very small plant and they told her it's a tree, but literally it was mint. It is in could call it in a cut bottle. My friend, that bottle there is loved with all its heart and soul. If recently the chicken went and poked her flowers, my God, we didn't sleep. So why did we come up with such a thing about tree planting?
Okay, first of all, we know very well that climate change is real, very real, and we are all being affected in one way or another. The only unfortunate thing is that, you know, when a tree is cut here, the effect does not fall only here. It goes way beyond where the tree has been cut. So why tree planting? As Miss Tourism Uganda, we aim at having an impact on society. Everyone is crying. We are having changes in seasons. We are having floods anytime because, you know, our environment has changed. We've damaged almost everything. In addition to us polluting with plastics and whatever we have, now we've even gone ahead to cut every tree, or you find that people no longer even plant trees. You see, back then, our grandparents used to preserve trees. One, these are medicinal trees. They help. Because you see, when COVID hit us, we were all running to boil whatever was around. You get? So these are trees that help us. But secondly, the trees also filter the air in our environment. Imagine if tourists came here and we have those countries that are fully polluted, that when you go into their city, you either have to put on a mask or you'll get sick. And here we still have a chance of having a country that is still natural. So we are telling people, why don't you plant trees? And now we are bringing these queens on board. If you can plant as many trees as you can, then you're creating an impact in society. Actually, at some point, we're even telling, if you plant that tree, can you name it probably your name or something you love most, so that you will take good care of it. You will always visit this place, you know, and have the country shine again. Everyone wants, you see, when just take an example of Kampala here. If I took you to Nakasero Kololo and also took you to Katanga, you will see the difference. Everyone wants to be in a place that has fresh air, and that is the place with trees. If you go to, you know, you will go to a place that has no tree or barely, or has like few, you will feel the heat, you know. But even when you're walking on the streets of Kampala, imagine if you're walking on a street that has shade. It is better. These tourists will feel like, you know, you're not walking in that heat. But imagine if you're walking in a place and then it is just open out there. The heat will, you know, will strike you and you feel like, oh my God, this sun is so hot. So this is why we're coming up with this campaign, so that these girls have an impact, and this is an impact that lasts. If you plant, say, 50 trees, 100 trees, everyone, we still talk about Semeika Kunguru.
Yes, true.
Because there is an impact. When we walk to the east, when we move to the east, you'll go to Ngora, you'll go to these places, you'll go to Umba, you will see these trees still there. And it is a remembrance to so many. And right now, we are seeing so many people actually cut them down, destroy them. That is very bad. We want to keep Uganda as green as possible. And that is why we come into, you know, work with these organizations that are greening the country. We be part of them. We promote it because we want to be girls that create an impact, and we want to be an organization that will be remembered. And Sheila, the other thing is that we are not only doing these projects, we also have the road safety campaign.
I mean, passed a bill of, you know, road safety that, you know, people that own mostly Subarus and also we the road users are very bad road safety. But before we go about road safety, allow me to ask to Mr. LUGYA to a bit, you know, top up on what we call planting of trees or
Now, tree planting is very, very important in Uganda, because one of the things we market and one of the things that make our weather special in the world, it's the trees. When we cut the trees, yes, people will come here and they just love the weather. We have the sunshine, we have the altitude, we have the what. So now, to promote tourism, tree planting is very, very important. So we've been working with NFA all this time.
the National Forest Authority.
Yes, they support us. They support us with trees because it's quite expensive.
It is very expensive.
Having to plant all those trees.
Yeah, true.
And also now we have an organization that we are working with called Trees for Life. Trees for Life is going to be working with roofings. They're going to be supplying us trees. We're supposed to plant 1 million trees
Oh, amazing.
as Miss Tourism Uganda.
It's beautiful.
So anyone that wants to plant can contact us and we get them to plant the trees so that it goes on our
So
quota.
so you give them for free of charge?
Yes, they're free of charge.
Oh, can I have some trees?
Sure, you'll get. You'll get.
That's amazing.
You'll get your trees.
Oh,
Well, so Trees for Life and roofings, it's fruit trees. And when we work with NFA, they give us these special trees. Like Uganda, LUGYA, Uganda, that one I failed to pronounce. But we call it the Covidex tree. And there's also Prunus africanus. And there's guava. They mostly give us medicinal trees because these trees have been destroyed.
Yes, true. I agree with you.
First of all, those trees are very, very sensitive. People cut the bark to go and boil.
And boil.
And once you cut the bark, they are not like mutuba. The mutuba, for it you cut the bark, it returns. But for them, once you cut the bark, it dies. Yes. So they've been destroyed even in the forests and everything because they are very, very marketable. Everyone wants to get their medicinal value. So now National Forestry is pushing for us to plant more and more of those trees. We're also working with Professor Covidex.
Mr. Wang.
Professor Wang.
Okay.
Yes.
So my dear, let's talk about road safety. It is actually one of the most could say reasonable things that we do have in this year's Miss Tourism. When you talk about road safety, people do not I've seen people when you're crossing at the zebra crossing, cars don't stop. Neither do borders or do Abogani. We don't stop. Even we who are driving do not stop to give these people way. Why did we go into road safety in Miss Tourism?
Oh wow. So in Miss Tourism Uganda, like I said it earlier, one of our goals is to create a good impact in the country. These are lives of Ugandans, these are lives of our tourists, these are lives of people who live in the country. We happen to be a country that, you know, also has a high rate of border usage. So we use border almost in our daily lives, because even when you're driving, the quickest is, I'm trapped. Yes. Let me leave the car and jump on a border. True. But it always so happens that most of these people don't follow any traffic rules on the road. It is like it's a leeway for them, you know. And we are seeing so many people hit. When you just go and visit Mulago, the casualty, you will see what happens.
Recently when the doctors were striking, just a little bit, they said if you're a border user, please kindly.
I actually had that.
We are not on emergency. It really touched my heart, and I'm like, wow. So some of us who use borders are not, you know, important in this country. It was quite hard, you know, when you say that. But also, when you talk about border users, some of them are really awkward riders. Even Nafababatula, we don't really tell them Mpuga Ampola. Sometimes when you're late for a meeting, you're already late. Don't not cause problems to yourself. So I hope you know, also doing such a campaign.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, most of the times when working with these queens, they too, you meet these border guys, especially on stage, you talk to them, and you know, we are trying to do a bit of sensitization in them. They must, you know, you talk to them and tell them a bad thing about it. But you see, we live in a country where we know the wrong things, we know the bad things, but we choose to do them. But it is really absurd that we are losing so many lives in accidents. Actually, accidents almost want to surpass every other thing in taking our lives. So we are saying that 1 second wait could save 100 lives. There is no reason as to why you're rushing. You could either get there in time, or if you're not, then you're already late. Please go slow on these roads, because first of all, you're on a road that maybe has potholes and you're trying to dodge and you're hitting into other people. Regardless of the condition, it is you to take charge of the vehicle or the motorcycle you're actually using. So you should, and you, the driver, you're the one to protect the other people. We see borders going onto pedestrian walkways. We are driving on pavements. I mean, what is it you're doing? Because when this road is set up, there is a section for, say, people walking, and if there may be people crossing, there is that zone they have put up. Why do you want to affect other people's lives? Because for you think you're entitled. Whether you're driving which kind of car, for us here, we are saying road safety. Make others feel safe on the road, because you don't even know who they are. You will find a situation where someone is driving, kids want to cross, they are from school, and someone cannot even give just 1 minute. Or if a car stops to give way, a border guy is passing on the other side. That is wrong. Let's observe all the traffic rules. If lights are saying red, please stop. It is just a few minutes, a few seconds, and you'll be off the road. So for us, we are pushing that, we are taking on that, and we are telling everyone, let's observe all the traffic rules on the road. It will save so many lives, save us, save our tourists, save everyone using these roads, because we need to live for tomorrow.
Okay.
I had to visit one of our neighbors, that is Rwanda, and I happened to use a boda boda. My God, they're very, very careful. They follow rules. I think they can spend a day without having any casualties or even an accident. There, when you sit on a boda boda, it's a must. You have to have an helmet on. It is a must. Like, a rider cannot even take you. Say, I cannot take you if I don't want to use it. So, like, you find the whole city, everyone who's on a boda boda, both the rider, the passenger, they're all protected. So if probably you can also apply the same here in Uganda, the authorities in charge, we can probably apply stringent rules on this. Because, come on, it's about the lives of Ugandans. And even the boda boda riders themselves, they have to say, no, I have to be protected. I need an helmet on. Maybe the government should at least say we are giving all boda boda riders helmets for free. At least because they need to at least protect Ugandans. The other side, the country, they're so organized. I really admire Kigali.
Yeah,
Oh
by
my
the way,
God.
when you don't even have an helmet, you don't sit on one.
You don't.
They don't have
You
time
don't.
for you.
But it's actually a crime.
They just arrest you.
Yes, they arrest you now. When you talked about Kigali, that one gives me it rings a bell in my head when Mwamilu just said about the conservation. You know, we keep on drinking and throwing bottles out of the window. You know, in Rwanda you cannot drink even though it's a tissue, even though it's a sweet. You can't litter the
They
city.
can even tell you to go back. You've driven 50 kilometers.
Yeah, they just tell you to go back and pick it up, or you enter
they're
into
being
jail.
nice to you
Yes, they're
because
actually they're being nice, and also themselves they control traffic. You know, someone can come out of their cars and say, no, pass here, and traffic will flow. So it's actually
seeing a traffic officer.
no, you themselves baba motoka and then they try to control traffic. So which is amazing.
Yeah, when you do it, I do it a lot. But people look at you like you have a lot of stupidity.
But which we're trying to help. Okay. Now quickly, well, the show is really interesting. I don't want us to end, but well, at 11 we'll be ending. So, but before we end, I want us to talk about the achievements or the focus and the objectives of Miss Tourism. Madam CEO, that could be your question.
This one.
Thank you so much. Yes, once again, I'm Aisha Nagudi, CEO Miss Tourism Uganda. As I told you earlier, Miss Tourism Uganda began in 2013 with a mission to promote, empower, and celebrate the role of women in promoting Uganda's tourism through pageantry. We as Miss Tourism Uganda, we take tourism to the grassroots communities in the regions. We have regional competitions. She'll give us the dates for the regions. So we make sure in each region, we pick 3 girls. We have Ankole, for example, Renzori, Northern, West Nile, there are about 12, Karamoja, Eastern, there are 12 regions. So in these regions, we pick 3 girls. In total, there are 36 girls. So they all come and camp in Uganda Wildlife Education Center for about a month, where we tend to groom them on public speaking, on social behaviors and all. And then we get 1 girl on the finale. Our finals are on the 9th of September.
September 2023?
Yes, at the Kampala Serena Hotel. So we
I hope this time we invite you.
Please, yeah, you are, definitely. The girl there after,
Sandra, I help you. See your place. Leave Sandra and Lujano.
usually the first girl that went in my year was called, she's called Nachito Barbara. I happened to be the second in that pageant. So when she went to Malaysia to represent us, she came back with an award. That's one of our achievements, a strong one.
Beautiful.
For
Why do you keep those awards?
hospitable.
And actually, that's
We
why
have an office in Gamba Plaza. That's why our awards are kept. So it showed that Uganda is the most hospitable country. And it's true. When a foreigner comes in here, probably wants some help, we are ready to offer help. They say, okay, I need to go to this place. Please help me. So we're basically a welcoming country. So she won that award for Uganda. And then also the girl that went last year, Miss Tourism, the incumbent Miss Tourism Uganda 2022, Miss Nabulia Sydney Kavuma, also got an award of talent. She had a poetry about Uganda's tourism, about the beauty of Uganda. So in that poem, for those few seconds, she had to compose everything, told the whole world about how Uganda is beautiful. And it was a beautiful, beautiful poem that she made. And she got an award for Best Talent. Yeah.
Okay. So
And then also we have Miss Chirabo, who is Miss Tourism Metropolitan. International. Yes, and then also some of our achievements are after the girls contest. What next anyway?
yes, that's what I was going to ask. What next?
Thank you. So usually in boot camp, we tell the girls to come up with projects that are sustainable for them. Because, you know, employment levels in Uganda are really low of late. So you come up with a project and we support you through the sponsors that we have. Someone can become an ambassador of Darling. Darling is actually our official sponsor. Yes.
The ones of double hair.
The hair addition, in Namamve. Yeah, so now girls come up with very many projects. So we have successful stories of Rolex Festival. She's one of our former girls. She's from Busoga. She's called Inid Mirembe. It's an annual event. And then also we have Jada Coffee. She's from Ankole. She's called Aturinda Jacqueline. She at least has her business of coffee. Ugandans, please support our girls. Then we also have Miss Little Uganda, also organized by our own.
I've seen, there's a time we had a little Miss one here in UBC. Is she called Patricia?
Yeah, Patricia.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God, she looked beautiful. Let me ask, do we also have the little ones like 1 year, 2 years?
Yes, they're there. Yes, thank you. And then also, of course, our vision is to promote, honor, and advance the position of women in promoting Uganda's tourism destinations that offer a wide range of unique and adventurous tourism experiences, both locally and international. So, dear Ugandans, as your girls come in, dear parents, when they come in boot camp, they're not wasted girls. They leave boot camp when they are ready to at least sustain themselves.
Try to do
they
something
come up
for
with
themselves.
projects.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not about taking the crown. No. Even who didn't take the crown can probably even perform better than
The one has taken the crown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
as long as you come up with your own project. Yeah. And then also with these regions, why did you come up with regional competitions?
Like
Because
let's say
initially-
Busoga,
yeah.
Gulu. I've seen the world is being traversed in Uganda. You're moving.
Exactly, yeah.
Why did you
So-
opt for that?
Because we want to get tourism from the grassroots level, and also to also make sure a girl from Renzori knows more about Mount Elgon, or rather she knows what is taking place in Gulu. So all these regions, as Miss Tourism, it's about uniting girls to know, okay, we are one person. I can freely go to another region and then probably visit it and all. So to also make sure the girls in those regions know more about their own place. I could be only probably in Barara.
Yeah, and
then I don't know.
I don't know about Gulu.
Exactly. Or I don't know about another place within Ankole itself. So when we go to Ankole, for example, you have to make sure you know all the tourism attractions within Ankole. That is a tick for you. And then also the requirements to be a part of this pageant is you have to be between 18 and 29 years old, not married, no boyfriend. At least have
Now where would I leave my Henry?
No,
This is
children,
my new
no
boyfriend.
children.
No child at
5
all.
feet tall.
Okay, you go in your things.
Don't
You have
Leave the kids with me.
No, we shall know you have the kids.
Which child?
You already have the kids.
Actually,
So we don't want you to have the kids.
when they're in boot camp,
Okay, this is interesting.
when they're in boot camp, they even share about their cultures. One
Which is
time
interesting.
I was actually even, I was doing the projects as usual. So my old man was celebrating his birthday. I was like, let's go home and eat. And all of them told me they had never been in a Muganda's home. and that was community tourism for them. Just this last week, Uganda was launching.
Yeah, true.
But during boot camp, our first runner-up, Moru, they had gone there. Uganda had invited them, and they ate food.
Luwombo.
And it was her first time to eat Luwombo.
Oh, amazing.
Now, every time I used to be like talking to her, she would be like, Luwombo. That's very, very good Luwombo. So this time she came to look at the lounge, and all she was asking, is there Luwombo? So that cultural interaction is bringing together unity. People get to understand other people's what, and even the perceptions they had about each other. We went for a homecoming, Karamoja, Amudat. And the vibe was crazy.
Oh yeah, true.
I actually call Karamoja the land of vibe. And in most cases, what people get from the media, they get the negativity about the area. But when you go there, so that homecoming gets to open a lot of people's eyes, and like, oh, this happens in Karamoja. So that's what Miss Tourism does. It exposes people to different areas of the country and cultures and heritage and everything.
Okay, so do we look at the brains and is it all about the beauty, or it's
Brains
all
are
the
very important.
The
in Miss
brains are
Tourism.
important because if you don't have brains, how will you know about the country? Definitely, it is your head that defends you. You need to know all around your country. Because Sheila, if you told me, take me through Uganda or take me around Uganda, I should be able to spot a few of those things that I know, that if I told Sheila about these things, then she will take that trip and be like, okay, I'm going.
True.
So many times these girls are actually moving with these guys who organize group trips. Yes. And it also adds an advantage, you know, people are traveling with the queen, and we expect that this queen knows about this area, because people will ask you on a trip, queen, so you said you come from this region, which area? And then you don't know. It really looks weird. So brains really defend you. More than anything, you need to know.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
All right. What did I want to ask? But you've talked about the brains and the beauty. Let's talk about the judges there. You know, something that catches the eyes are the judges.
Like the tradition in Uganda.
Yeah,
It's a fair competition.
Yeah, because in most cases, even us the organizers never know who the judges are. It's on the final day.
No, actually,
You get to know.
to us who have contested, we know. Of course, they all come. There is always that thing of maybe pre. So they call you, they talk to you, but you will exactly not know. Definitely. Because when you're going through boot camp, you receive so many people. So many people come and talk to you from all spheres of life. Sometimes you will not even know those are the judges. But so many times, especially nearing the D-Day, for you not to be shocked at people you're seeing, sometimes they could chip in the judges for you to see them, but you will not have an interaction with them. But they'll just ask you like random questions. Hey, how are you? Is everything okay? Just for you not to reach there and you tremble on stage. At least these are people you've seen. And sometimes they'll even use the former queens. There's the queens who know. Actually, the queens who have contested before or won before, they know what you go through because they have gone through them. So they'll not put you in that high thing. It is yes. BABMO, you expect the very, very same things. Same things you've learned all through bootcamp. Things you've learned because they are teaching you about what is in UWEC, they are teaching you what is in UWA, the parks, they are teaching you what is in our cultures. So these are things you already know. There are things they're going to ask you on that stage. The food you eat,
Common sense.
Yeah, common sense. The normal questions. Yes.
Okay, as we wrap up our beautiful show today, but I'll start with Mr. LUGYA. As we wrap up, what do you have to tell us?
Oh, we have a Let the Power Shine walk
Oh yeah.
next Sunday
On the 4th of June.
on 4th of June. We're going to walk through Kampala. We're starting at the Independence Monument. Then we go down to the old park, talk to the taxi guys. And then we continue to Chisenyi.
Do we have a dress code for this?
If you don't have, you're good. The way you're dressed, you're very good.
Okay.
Yes. If we go to the bus
Comfortable
stop,
club.
rather to the bus parks, talk to those guys there. But as we're moving, we're also talking to different people, showing them that, oh, you guys, don't litter. Don't do this and that. And then we shall go through to Namaiba bus, then Chisekas.
Do we also include the queens?
The queens are going to
Yeah,
go.
they're the ones actually.
Yes, and actually Uganda would have crowned at that time, so the Uganda queens will be coming with us.
Okay.
Yes, and it's open for everyone
Okay.
who really wants to see a good and beautiful Uganda, clean.
Is that your
beautiful Uganda.
last remark at the wind up? Because
Uh,
you know the topic is very interesting. This tourism is really wild. I'd love us to have another talk about it because it's really catching an eye
And the
really
search
made
is
me-
on.
okay.
Other regions are still searching.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we are going
Uganda
to be.
is this Friday.
Buganda is the first one
Buganda.
this Friday.
Actually, I already have here the dates for the finales for the regionals.
Okay.
So on 26th, Buganda is crowning. Then Toro will be crowning on 10th June. So the search is already on. Whoever is interested should reach out to their regions where they come from.
Okay.
So Toro D-Day is 10th June. Then Ankole will be 17th June. Chigezi is 24th June. Karamoja and Renzori, they're all doing on 1st July. That is when their finals are. Finale. Then Teso is 8th July. Eastern 9th July. West Nile is 15th July. All this is 2023, definitely. So Northern is 21st July. Bunyoro is 29th July. We are still waiting to get the finals for Busoga, and we shall communicate in the due course.
Okay.
Then our grand finale, of course, the CEO talked
September
about it.
9th?
It is September 9th
Okay.
at Kampala Serena
Serena
Hotel. So we
Hotel.
expect everyone, please allow your girls to go and contest. It is not a bad thing. Being in pageantry does not mean you're spoiled, nor. It is something that exposes you out there, network, creates several opportunities for you that probably you could not get when you're seated. Also builds your esteem. I mean, some of us could not just even stand and talk before people, but the way they groom you, the way the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, everything literally changes. So I would really recommend girls should try it out. Even if you don't win the crown,
You have made it there.
there is something you've gained. So that is what they should have at the back of our mind.
Okay.
So we want to thank you in my last remarks.
And to add on that one,
Yeah.
even if you didn't win the crown, Miss Tourism keeps working with you.
Exactly.
Yes.
We don't just forget about it. We keep working with you because the main thing is empowering the girl child.
Unless you say you don't want to work with us.
Yes.
But if you're willing, then we are ready to work with you. So we want to thank UTB, Uganda Tourism Board, Uganda Wildlife Authority, UWEC, Uganda Wildlife Education Conservation Center. We want to thank the Ministry of Tourism. We want to thank UBC. We want to thank our amazing darling. We thank Super Loaf. I mean, these are people who have come up to support our cause, and also we want to thank you, Magic One. Thank you for hosting us. Thank you for loving Miss Tourism. Thank you for supporting our girls, and surely we shall always have them here. So we thank everyone, and also call upon those who are willing to work with us. Let them come and support this good cause. We need them on board. Let them support their girls. Let them come and be part of Miss Tourism Uganda in any way, provided it is a good cause, then we shall work with them. Gabanange mbalamwisa mube bukalamu mukuume ebifo byaife nga biyondo bw'oba woolinga waliwo ekikyafu kitoolewo ya tuboneke nti wetubawa bawakalamu ino mbende ino abantu beiganga luwuka kaliro namutumba buyende kamuli bugweri mayuge namayingo mwena bana idinda mube bayondo mweye mukole buli kimulonde buli ekikyafu ekiriwo tuboneke nti omuntu wengira mu Busoga aboneka nti ali in the part of Uganda. Kale mube bukalamu nguna Sandra omwana oweruka.
Okay, lastly, our beautiful CEO, your last remarks as we close up our show.
Thank you so much. My last remark is it's a reminder to all the girls in the respective regions. Please reach out to the cluster heads and then go participate. Be your regional queen and know more about your region in regards to tourism, because that would be a very big tick for you. And then the other thing is I call upon Ugandans to love their country. Please tour Uganda. Let's promote domestic tourism. This will earn more revenue on the country. And then we need to also talk good about our country. to make it more attractive, to talk how safety it is, how clean it is, how good it is to the rest of the world. Let us avoid negativity, especially through the media. Please, the media, write good things about Uganda to make sure these tourists come around to visit us. Uganda has a lot to offer, from flora, fauna, the scenery, the culture, because tourism is basically everyone's business. So I call upon Ugandans, love Uganda, let's promote our own. For the sponsors, we are coming on your doors to knock. Please accept our proposals, we really need you. We thank Darling Uganda, our official sponsor for Miss Tourism Uganda. We thank them. We thank Super Loaf, the best bread in Uganda. We also thank UWA, that gives us access to all national parks in Uganda. The Wildlife Education Center that gives us a boot camp that is home to Miss Tourism, where we groom the girls from. Yeah. And then also Magic FM,
All right, thank you so
the
much.
best radio station in Uganda.
Thank you.
Because I know right now my people in Sironko are listening to us.
amazing.
Yeah, they've listened to me speak
It has
English.
a big coverage
I love-
there.
thank you.
I remain Aisha Nagudi, Miss Tourism Uganda, and greetings all Ugandans, especially people from Sironko.
And
So you
Boge,
can say bye bye in Lugisa.
Bana Sironko mwesizana mukana wenyu Nagudi Aisa abakesere mube balayi mugane Uganda.
All right. Okay, thank you so much.
Touring Uganda yenye. Yeah, thank you so much.
Uganda,
I know. Thank you so much for being part of this lovely show. We do love you. We thank you for being with us all the way from the hour of 6 a.m. up to the hour of 11. May God bless you abundantly throughout this whole week. We love you and we love you so much.